You're listening to the audio production of The Murder of Jesus, a study of how Jesus died, by John Macarthur, published by Thomas Nelson and read by Maurice, England.
Introduction. The world has recently been drawn to the death of Jesus through the movie The Passion of the Christ. It depicts the single greatest event in history more graphically than anything ever has before. Since the film only covers the 18 hours of Jesus' life from his agony in the garden to his horrific death, the audience is left with a tormenting question of how he could have been treated so cruelly. Whatever motivated people to do what they did to Jesus? Seeing the film leaves many in a state of trauma, searching for some way to understand why Jesus was treated so unjustly and made to suffer so greatly. Perhaps this was also your response to the movie, which is the reason you are listening to this audiobook. I'm glad about that, because the search for the true understanding of Jesus' death will satisfy more than mere curiosity for you. It will literally open the way to heaven. Long before the advent of cameras in the courtroom, it was clear that the finest courts of earthly jurisprudence sometimes convict the innocent or exonerate the guilty. Take, for example, the case of Randall Dale Adams, who was convicted and sentenced to death in 1977 for the murder of a Texas policeman. A 1988 documentary, The Thin Blue Line, raised troubling questions about law enforcement's handling of his case and helped win him a new trial just hours before his scheduled execution in 1988. A year later, he was released from prison when the prosecutor in the case dismissed all charges against him, acknowledging the lack of any real evidence to convict him. An even more disturbing case was that of Kirk Bloodsworth, sentenced to death for rape and murder in the 1980s. After nearly a decade on death row, Bloodsworth was released in 1994 when sophisticated DNA tests proved beyond question that he was innocent of the crimes he had been condemned to death for. More recently, a Los Angeles police officer admitted that he and his partner shot a man they had in custody, leaving him permanently paralyzed. They then planted a weapon in order to frame the man on an assault charge. The victim, Javier Francisco Ovando, was convicted on the basis of that false testimony and sentenced to 23 years in prison. He served 3 years before the truth was discovered. He was released from prison in 1999 when one of the offending officers confessed, but Ovando will be confined to a wheelchair.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?